You know, this team this team's not worth my energy, or this team's not worth me getting all amped up and fired up. No, I wouldn't say fired up, but triggered. But I literally can't help it anymore. So, if you're one of these people that love to come on here and watch me scream from the top of my lungs, um, this is your, this is for you. So you are probably gonna really enjoy this one. While I sit here and I just bash this team for about 30 minutes because Lord have fucking mercy, I can't take it anymore. I don't know how we do this every week. We barely escaped against the Jets. That was a free win for us. And I'm sitting here on the fucking couch at 2 o'clock. And we are winning 17-0 against the Carolina Panthers. And I'm like, man. Only if we would play the Jets and the Panthers every week, this team would look fucking amazing. But it's like we got to 17-0 and the team just sat on its hands. The team was done. They thought they did enough. 17-0 against the Carolina Panthers. And the defense, they went back to their old ways. The offense isn't going to get any rhythm going. The defense allows the Panthers offense to march right down the fucking field right before halftime. And guess what? If you weren't playing the Panthers today, you would have gotten your fucking doors blown off of you. But they still found a way to lose. That's the crazy thing about this team, bro. They find a way to lose. They find new ways to lose every single time. Where do I begin? Where do I fucking begin, dude? I will say this. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Somebody has to be fucking fired tomorrow. Someone's gotta go. I don't care who the fuck it is. It's Chris Greer, Mike McDaniel, Tua. They're not gonna. That's a whole nother. That's a whole nother conversation. Anthony Weaver. Somebody has got to go, man. Somebody's got to go. There's no way, if you're Stephen Ross, and you sit there at the end of this game, and you look at yourself in the mirror, and we're going to go into next week with the same coaching staff against the Chargers. No fucking way. You are now 1-4 after blowing a 3-possession lead to the 1-3 Carolina Panthers. How can you sit there and be like, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be patient with Mike McDaniel. I'm going to be patient with Greer. Ha ha ha. We're going to get a couple players back. Who the fuck cares, bro? Why even bring them back at this point? Why? I don't even know where to begin. I guess we'll talk about... Woo-hoo! Fuck, dude. 236 rushing yards you allowed. Insane. Rico Dowdle had 200 rushing yards. He averaged 9 yards a carry. He got the ball 23 times. He got 9 yards a carry. We've got two of the worst trenches in the entire NFL. We have the worst offensive line, and we have the worst defensive line. Man, remember when people said that we were going to have a top 10 defensive front in the NFL going into the season? Oh, man, that was good times. Because holy shit. Outside of Bradley Chubb, nobody's fucking good, man. Everybody sucks. At least Bradley Chubb's stock is rising. If we don't try to trade him, we're stupid. Honestly, we're stupid, bro. It's demoralizing to watch, man. Run after run after run after run. You pick up 10, you pick up 15, you pick up all these fucking yards. It is so tiring to watch every single week. The Bills, the Jets, the Patriots, the Panthers, they just run. And it's not going to get any better. That's the bad part. It's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, we just got 2 takeaways. And then you go back to your same old thing. You go back to being the same old Dolphins on defense. You get nothing. And then for a little bit of time in the second half, you got some stops. Oh, okay. But here's the bad part. The offense didn't capitalize on it. And you knew at some point the defense wasn't going to hold up forever. No. That's too much. That's too much to hold up forever. So yeah, Rico Dowdle breaks off another 50-yard run, and the Panthers get a touchdown. And that fucking unnecessary roughness call on Chop. Holy shit, dude. Chop, what the fuck are you doing, man? That play might have costed this team the game, if we're being totally honest here. What the fuck was he thinking? So they give up the touchdown. And then they get a touchdown late in the fourth quarter. I'm like, all right, cool. But here's the issue. There's too much time on the clock. You just knew the Carolina Panthers were going to go down there and they was going to score a touchdown. And what happened? 83 yards in 2.5 minutes. With ease. They get a touchdown. Bryce Young to Mitchell Evans. Bryce Young is looking like fucking a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. You get another big run by Rico Dowdle. You continue to get more in the run game. And then the offense. Man. I'm thinking, all right, Tyreek's out for the year. That's a huge loss. You know, let's see what this offense looks. And through 1.5 quarters, this offense looked amazing. They were clicking on all cylinders. Tua was throwing dimes to Darren Waller and Jalen Waddle. And Darren Waller got another touchdown. And Tua threw a nice pass to Achane, who made an absolute incredible catch. Excuse me. So you're thinking to yourself, wow, okay, man, this offense looks amazing, right? And then, okay, they get the ball back, they don't score. Okay, well, I mean, whatever. But the entire second half, dude, what? You can't get anything on the run game. Nothing. They did nothing on the run game. 19 rushing yards for the Miami Dolphins. You think that's going to win you football games against anybody? That's pathetic. That's absolutely pathetic brand of football if you think you're going to win like that. They could not get anything on the run game. Nothing. I'm looking at the comparisons now, dude. 239 rushing yards to 19. There's your game. There's your game right there. That's your game. The offensive line sucks. They suck at run blocking, which you see and here's the bad thing. They manipulated me into thinking this offensive line was good at run blocking. Oh, the offensive line can hold their blocks for longer than their pass blocking. can I just say something? Okay? Why even bring back James Daniels and Austin Jackson? Okay? Austin Jackson has been injured every year he's been with the Dolphins. Nothing new at all. Nothing new at all. James Daniels is, of course, he's aligned with Chris Grier's protocol of being an injury-prone player. So, of course, we bring him in. This offensive line is horrible. Outside of Patrick Paul. Aaron Brewer had his worst game as a Dolphin today. He got absolutely annihilated by Derek Brown all day. Penalties. He had his worst game ever as a Miami Dolphin. Jonas Salvanea was not a good second-round pick for this team. I'm ready to say it. I gave him 5 games. Evaluate him for 5 games. He is fucking horrendous. That sack on the first drive, when they could have gotten a touchdown, Derek Brown swarmed right past them. Holy shit, that was fucking miserable to watch. He got by him with ease, bro. With ease. It was demoralizing. And I'm using that word all the time, but that's the word that's coming to my mind. This offensive line sucks. It sucks. And yeah, guess who got beat on the last drive for this offense? Jonah Savaiinaea gets beat again. And then, save the best one for last. The coach. Ugh. How much I fucking hate this guy. This guy makes me want to rip my fucking hair out, dude. Why are we being cute all the time? Running sideways. You noticed in the first half, running sideways didn't fucking work. What does this guy do? He continues to run sideways. The Carolina Panthers, when they went down 17-0, they adjusted to the Miami Dolphins offense and what was going on in their defense. They made the adjustments necessary, and it fucking worked. Did this dumbass make adjustments in the middle of the game when the Carolina Panthers got right back into it? Nope. He stuck to his stubborn-ass game plan, and it didn't fucking work because the Panthers knew exactly what was fucking coming, and he decided not to do anything about it. And then the screens. You lose a yard, or you gain a yard. You want to get a couple yards for third and manageable. No, this fucking dumbass wants to throw screen passes to Malik Washington and Devon Achane behind the line of scrimmage. It gets blown up every time. Teams see it coming. Everybody around the league knows it's coming. And then, here's the nail in the coffin for me, man. You get your last offensive drive. And Tua was not good on that drive. And they go 3 and out. There's 1:30 left on the clock. And he doesn't take a timeout. He's got 3 timeouts left, by the way. He doesn't take a timeout to save time. And he doesn't go for it. He fucking punts! What in the fuck are you doing? You are punting the ball away. Down 3 with 1.5 to go. You just let 30 seconds go. You just killed 30 seconds. After the 3 and out. You just killed 30 seconds. You punted away to the Carolina Panthers. Gee, I'm sure that's going to go well. All they got to do is stop the run 3 times. I'm sure that's going to go well for you, Mike. But on 3rd down, it didn't fucking matter because we got a holding call on Jack Jones, which in the 3rd quarter, Jack Jones clearly held Tech McMillan, and they picked up the flag, and they got us back at the end of the game. So, yeah, I'm sure that one went well. So good for you, Mike McDaniel. Yeah, let's punt and let's put the game in the hands of our fucking defense, who couldn't do anything against this Panthers offense all day. It doesn't matter who's back there for the opposite team. They're going to run all over us because we're not physical. We're a soft, branded football team. And you know what, man? I might be delusional. This loss might be good for us at the end of the day. Because if you know what, I said it earlier and I'll say it again. Ross, open your eyes, dude. Open your fucking eyes, look in the mirror, and realize that Chris Greer and Mike McDaniel is not the fucking answer. They're not. Stop being patient. Stop playing this patient game. It's done. It's done. You're 1-4. Changes have to be made. Open your fucking eyes, old man. You guys think it's going to get better. They play the Chargers next week. And then guess what? They play the Browns right after that. And yeah, the Browns might be 1-4. But with Dylan Gabriel at quarterback, they look like a competent football team today. They're probably going to beat us when we play them in 2 weeks. It's going to be a long fucking season, man. And I said it Monday when we beat the Jets that, yeah, we got the win, but this team is still lucky to win 5 games. And 5 games might be generous. So, oh, man. Again, this team is not worth all my time and energy that I've put into them. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know why I do this to myself every week. I don't know why I put myself through this. But here I am. I just need a breather. I'm just checking some 4 o'clock scores at the time of recording. Fantasy teams aren't doing too good either. That's nice. How about those Phils? Man, what a weekend. Both my teams blowing games. Phillies are up 3-0 against the Dodgers. They end up losing 5-3. Bats went cold yesterday. Dolphins have a 17-0 lead against the Panthers in the second quarter. Poof. Done. Up in flames. 27-24 was your final score. I didn't even say that in the beginning. That's my rant. We'll go over this game the best I can. We'll probably do some more ranting while we talk about this game. Oh man, I'm sweating. I don't know. Let's just start with the game. The Dolphins got the ball first. They have it. The Panthers deferred. Miami got the ball first. 11 plays, 48 yards. They're driving down the field, okay? 10-yard pass to Waddle on 2nd and 10. 3rd and 6. Deep down the middle to Darren Waller. I guess Darren Waller had a good game today, but then guess what? For some reason, they stopped throwing to him. Why? Because Carolina made an adjustment against Darren Waller. That's why. They finally figured out our offense, and we were too stubborn to counter. So, we get an Achane run for no gain. Tua, what do you think comes next? A fucking screen that loses yardage. And then the next play, Savaianaya immediately gets blown up by Derek Brown, and Tua gets sacked for a loss of 10. And Riley Patterson makes a 43-yard field goal. It is 3-0 Dolphins. Carolina's driving. 3rd and 8. Bryce Young to Ted McMillan for 29 yards. Rico Dowdle for 7 yards, holding on Jack Jones. And on 2nd down, Bryce Young immediately gets pressure from Bradley Chubb. Bradley Chubb forces the fumble and recovers his own fumble. Bradley Chubb now has 4 sacks on the season, and he just forced a fumble. If there's a player on the Dolphins, now that Tyreek is hurt and he's out for the year, if there's a player on the Dolphins that is worth trading and is 100% Bradley Chubb, he would help a contending team massively. And what's the point of fucking keeping Bradley Chubb when you're 1-4? You're 1-4. You might as well fucking trade him. So, Miami gets the ball, 14 plays, 58 yards, nothing on the run game. 3rd and 8, Jalen Waddle for 11 yards. Again, nothing on the run game. 3rd and 5, incomplete to Achane. You go for it on 4th down, and you get a 1st down to Darren Waller. And then you go right back to Darren Waller on 1st down for 13. 3rd and 7, short pass to Jalen Waddle, which he's able to make it a 13-yard game. And then 2nd down. Oh, my God. This pissed me off. It didn't matter at the end of the day, but this fucking dumbass coach tries to get cute. Hey, let's catch him off guard before the end of the 1st quarter. We're going to do a reverse jet sweep pitch to Malik Washington. You want to know what happened on that play? They lost 5 fucking yards. Like, why run the play at the end of the quarter? Why? I mean, it didn't matter because on the next play, Tua threw a touchdown to Devon Achane, which Achane made an incredible catch for, by the way. Absolutely incredible that he got 2 feet in bounds on that play. So the Dolphins are up 10-0. And then Carolina's next drive, he goes deep to Xavier Legette, and Minkah Fitzpatrick catches the interception. And then Dolphins get the football, 5 plays, 49 yards. Tua right down the middle of the field to Darren Waller for 21 yards. Ollie Gordon loses 2 yards. Tua to Julian Hill for 8 yards. Tua to Jalen Waddle for 13 yards and a 1st down. And then Tua to Darren Waller for a 4-yard touchdown. And that's where all the fun ends. Because the next 3 times Carolina gets the ball, they score. 12 plays, 79 yards. Rico Dowdle, 11 yards. Rico Dowdle, 14 yards. Rico Dowdle, 3 yards, picks up the 1st down on 2nd and 1. 3rd and 5, 4th and 5, they go for it. They get pressure in Bryce Young's face, but Bryce Young's able to find Ted McMillan down the field for 21 yards. Would have been really nice if you got them off the field there. Really nice. McMillan, again, for 12 yards. He absolutely killed the secondary on this drive. And then 3rd and 4, just a nice throw by Bryce Young. Put it right in front of Xavier Legette. Let him go out and get it. And he beat Jack Jones 1-on-1. So, nice play by him. A screen to Achane for 4 yards, a 1-yard run by Devon Achane, and then a sack because that's what we do. Carolina gets the ball again, 11 plays, 59 yards. Rico Dowdle, 25 yards, first play of the drive, right down the middle. Gotta love it. 2nd and 10, short pass to Rico Dowdle that goes for 13 yards. Rico Dowdle for 7 yards. Trevor Etienne for 7 yards. Rico Dowdle, a pass from Bryce Young for 11 yards. And where am I? They got to go for a field goal, so Ryan Fitzgerald makes a 35-yard field goal. And it's 17-10. Dolphins at halftime. And This half that I'm about to talk about, it just made me want to rip my hair out, man. This made me want to absolutely rip my hair out. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I'm still numb thinking about this game. Listen, man. It's bad over here. The only thing I have is the Alabama Crimson Tide. That's all I have. That's all I have. Phillies are going to get eliminated this week by the Dodgers. Dolphins are 1-4. It's not fun over here, man. So the first play from the line of scrimmage, Rico Dowdle, boom, 53 yards. And if it wasn't for Minkah Fitzpatrick, he would have scored. Delay of game on Carolina, no gain on 2nd and 15. And then 3rd and 15, Jalen Phillips sacks Bryce Young. Fitzgerald makes the 49-yard field goal. It's 17-13. So we're stuck on 17-13 for a very long time. Miami goes 3 and out. Of course, negative yards on the run game on the first play. Then Tua actually gets a nice throw to Jalen Waddle, but guess what? Holding on Cole Strange. Gotta call it back. Of course. Perfect timing, right? Tanner Connor for 15 yards, and then Tua scramble for 5 yards, and they got a punt. Carolina 4 plays, 14 yards. They got a punt. They go 3 and out. Miami 5 plays, 13 yards. They get a first down on the drive. 3-yard run by Achane, then a 2-yard run by Achane, and then incomplete, and then incomplete deep left to Malik Washington, holding on Aaron Brewer. Aaron Brewer had his worst game as a Miami Dolphin by far today. Panthers go 6 plays, 26 yards. Bryce Young to Tommy Tremble for 7 yards, and they started their own drive on their 2-yard line. And I tweeted out, and it didn't happen, but I tweeted out, I'm willing to bet the house that Carolina goes 98 yards for a touchdown. Now, did it happen? No, it didn't, but you just had that feeling. And I was preparing myself. When they went down and they got that field goal, all halftime long, I was preparing myself that they were going to lose this game. But I just don't know. I'm still fucking crushed over it, man. I'm still heartbroken over it. First down on a 9-yard pass to Tremaine, I think his name was. And then they end up punting. There was a drive. I can't remember which drive it was, but Jack Jones was covering McMillan, and clearly he was holding him. But they picked up the flag and said it wasn't holding. So Miami got away with one there, but then again, like I said, they got us back with that at the end of the game, so it really didn't matter. Miami would go 3 and out. This fucking drive, dude. This fucking drive. First play, a 2-yard loss to Achane. Pitch to the outside, immediately blown up. Second play, screen pass behind the line of scrimmage to Malik Washington. That's his go-to. That's his go-to. A screen pass right behind the line of scrimmage. Don't you love it? Man. Hey, Tua. We're swinging that screen to Malik Washington on 2nd and 12. What a fucking dumbass, bro. Miami punts. Carolina punts. And then Miami punts again. 3rd and 7. Aaron Brewer fucks the snap off. Of course he does. Of course, at this time in the game, in the fourth quarter, Aaron Brewer fucks the snap. And if he didn't fuck the snap, Tua had Jalen Waddle one-on-one against J.C. Horn. He probably would have caught in that pass. But the rhythm was thrown off. They had to punt. And this is when you're like, okay. At some point, this defense has gone 3 possessions with punts. And you just have that feeling it's not going to be much longer. And it was on this drive, Carolina went 7 plays, 85 yards. And they get a touchdown. Rico Dowdle breaks off another big run for 43 yards. Then 5. And then they had an incomplete pass. The play was over. Why the fuck Chop Robinson needs to do a hip drop tackle is fucking beyond me. Like, dude. Be fucking smart, man. Come on. Incomplete to McMillan. Dowdle for 3 yards. Bryce Young for 4 yards. And then Dowdle gets the 1-yard touchdown. So Carolina's up 20-17. Then Malik Washington with a nice return, 40 yards. Tua to Devon Achane, 7 yards. Tua to Devon Achane for 4 yards. And then Jalen Waddle runs past the corner, Michael Jackson, 46-yard touchdown. And you look at this and you're like, all right, Tua finally came through. Fourth quarter, you're down, you need a score. Tua scored. Awesome. You're up 24-20. Here's the problem. You gave the Carolina Panthers 4.5 minutes left in the game. There's absolutely no way the Carolina Panthers are not scoring on this drive the way things were going. What happens? 83 yards in 2.5 minutes. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? They start on their own 17-yard line, and Ziola gets called for a defensive holding. So you get a 16-yard run by Dowdle, and then you add 5 more yards, and then next play, a 24-yard pass to Xavier Legette, who's butt naked wide open. So in 2 fucking plays, they're already at the Miami 38-yard line. I mean, it's impressive. It took them 20 seconds to get 2 plays from the Carolina 17 to the Miami 38. It's unbelievable, dude. 5 yards to Trevor Etienne. Incomplete. They go for it on 4th down with the game on the line, and they get a first down, 17 yards. Bryce Young to Jimmy Horn. Trevor Etienne, 12 yards. Why not? And then Mitchell Evans for a 4-yard touchdown. So, of course, the defense gives up a touchdown. And you got to ask Tua one more time. Can you do it one more time with 3 timeouts against the Carolina Panthers? The answer was no. So, first play, incomplete to Jalen Waddle. And then the second play, oh my God, incomplete to Jalen Waddle. But here's the issue. He oversailed him. Jalen Waddle was wide. It was like the play against New England. Tyreek Hill was wide open and Tua just missed him. Jalen Waddle was wide open. Tua just missed him. And then 3rd down, Savaianaya gets beat. Tua gets sacked. And this fucking dumbass punts the ball with 3 timeouts with 1.5 minutes to go. I mean, how fucking stupid can you be? And then Carolina gets the ball back. That's game. 27-24. Carolina over the Dolphins. So, just checking some scores. Yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking that good, dude. Okay. So here's the thing. Okay. Tua didn't play bad today. Gosh. When you got the most positive Dolphin fan, Big E, Ian Berger, commenting horrible again, you know things are wrong. You know things are wrong. So, my point is, Tua didn't play bad at all today. Tua actually had a really good game. 27 of 36, 256 yards, and 3 touchdowns. This game was not on Tua. This game was on Mike McDaniel, Anthony Weaver, the run defense, and the offensive line. And no running game. I put that on Mike McDaniel. This game was not on Tua whatsoever. But here's the dilemma you're going to be in at the end of the season, okay? You're not contending for a playoff spot this year. You're not. So, is Tua the quarterback going into next year? Is a question you have to answer yourself. Because say this team has 3 wins going into December. What's the point of playing him? But if you bench Tua at the end of the season when he's not injured, you're basically telling us we are done with Tua. The Tua Tagovailoa era is over. We're moving on. That's an end of the season discussion, but it's something that's on my mind. It is on my mind 100%. Or he'll have an undisclosed injury that they will try to figure out so that they prevent him from playing in these meaningless games come late in the year when the Dolphins are going to be out of it. I don't know, man. Again, I said it when we lost to the Bills, and I'll say it again. Too much time, too much energy, too many words wasted on this team. This team makes me fucking miserable, dude. I'm out.